Something she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Hey Chris, how you doing? Wherein. This is a new tune I'm working on. Chris, are you still there? Love to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Over in the other side of the planet. You watching some football? That's partly why I'm going on right now, is because I thought people would be like lazing out and it's halftime or there's a horrible, ad break. Insisting that you go and shoot yourself up or so forth. Or I remember I was watching one ad during NFL game and it was, I've got an NFL pass. And so I was watching it and then the ad came on. And they said, if you go now and get this fast food, we'll reward you with a supersized soft drink. I'm like, oh man, that sounds like a punishment. So anyway, art update. Chris, are you curious about what I've been up to? So anyway, you saw this yesterday. So this one is effectively finished. This one is done. This is part of the chimney au-dessous de la rue de Cascade, or as I like to say, chimneys over Waterfall Road. And I think I'm going to put this series on pause after this. As you can see, it's a palimpsest. And anyway, I've done two because this is a twofer. So you can see here that there's different patterns of background here. I call this palimpsest collage. And it's actually a jigsaw. So what I did was I put two pieces of two different collages over each other and then used one cut. And that way I have a twofer. I've got, so these pieces of paper, they sit, they on each other like a jigsaw puzzle, fit like jigsaw puzzles. And so here's the second one. Now you can see I'm getting kind of burnt out. I was hoping to get these done by yesterday because I went up to the Ecomusée in the Goutte d'Or, the Drop of Gold neighborhood, which is behind Montmartre, or to the side of Montmartre, off of Avenue Barbès, and dropped off a couple paintings. I wanted to drop off one of these, but I was just too ambitious. And as well, you can tell, maybe not, but this one has a bit of a sheen to it. It's because I spray it with a varnish. Yeah, you can see it there. And that varnish it's going to take 24 hours to dry at the very least. So yeah, time was against me. But so that's how it's coming along. You can see on this one that I've blocked in some of the color here on these chimneys, and this one is done. Let's see what's there. That one right there is done. This one, this little one. My brother came up with narratives, a whole backstory for all of these chimney stove tops, sort of like like their characters, and it's really quite brilliant. Maybe we'll write a screenplay, collaborate on a screenplay for animated feature. And so I dropped in the color on these two. I didn't do much of the detailing, but that's going to make it easier for me to go in tomorrow because maybe you can see with the texture, it's really thin and it's slick. So if you go over it again, it tends to bring up some of the acrylic pigment. And then here, I've gone in with the paint marker, Posca, looking for a sponsorship. Hint, hint, Posca, and Posca paint markers. And I'm going to go over that with some acrylic. That was just to sort of block in the colors, also make it easier to paint over. As you can see on this one, it's a little bit different treatment. So anyway, that's what's going on with there. Now, also, I've been preparing the canvases with edging the side with that same palimpsest approach. So I started this last night, but I had to go and see my buddy Faustine's projection at the Eco Musée last night. And if you didn't see yesterday's video, you should check it out. I've got a few extracts. I wanted to interview her, but she took off too quickly. Her work reminds me a bit of, she does all this stop motion. So about a decade ago, stop motion was all popular with the kids. And it's a little bit of a misnomer because, well, no, it's like that, but even stop motion with human figures, I guess it homogenizes the effect. So it's also reminiscent a bit of old-timey movies, with that jittery movement. And and she makes these little puppets and so forth, and they're kind of creepy. And there's definitely some Tim Burton influence with the dramatic nature of the characters and the makeup. And also, if you know the brothers Quay, who did that? What was that? Was it Tool video? I think it's called Prison Rape, Prison Sex. Excuse my French. And Jan Svankmajer as well. If you know him, Svankmajer. He was the one. The brothers Quay really were influenced heavily by him, as you can see if you do any research. Really cool stuff. So anyway, I'm putting down the palimpsest on these canvases and just edging it because I don't need to do the entire thing, because it's going to be mostly covered up when I paste down the painting, the painting on paper, on the collage, onto the canvas. And I'm liking this technique, I'm liking it. It's definitely mixed media, but then you've already got a frame. The canvas itself sort of acts as a frame. But you see, what I did was I measured here, and hopefully this stuff is going to match up somewhat convincingly. Excuse me. Okay. Well, and so I'm doing a couple of those. But listen to this. Oh, no. Pretty cool, huh? I gotta record that. I'm thinking of making a loop for my buddy, the inimitable Piero Peluche, who is the sound engineer and mixer extraordinaire for our virtual psychedelic rock group, Nabucco Dinosaur, which you can listen to on your streaming service of choice. Nabucco Dinosaur. What else would I have wanted to talk about? Oh, I was listening to... do you want some philosophy? Chris, what are you in the mood for? Some philosophy or some anecdotes? Okay, anecdotes it is. So this... these are two new songs that I'm coming up with. And this one, I woke up with this in my head. This... I put it on. But that's straight George Harrison, isn't it? That's something. Where does it go after that? I don't know. fooling around today in the studio, taking a break from painting, and this came up. Just this part. And then I added this. Just to make it sound even more like Radiohead. Alright, thanks a lot. See ya. Good to see you, Chris. And ciao for now. Pleasant Sunday. Go Hawks.